guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So Lost Mojo today. What I thought I would do, I want to make something that will actually go into our journals for the Lost Mojo today. So, oh look, that's our seam binding that I did. I'll show you that in a second. So I thought we'd sort of incorporate it into this. Now, I loved this. Now, I wish I'd made some more of these in my journal, in my little kit, but I didn't. But I thought we could make some of these. So, Lost Mojo, if you have something that you like in one of your journals, an embellishment pack or something, try and recreate it. And that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to do these, but I'm going to do it with the tags that I've got in the kit. So we're going to try and do that. And I just thought that would be a really lovely idea. Probably I'm going to just do it with a picture on the front. So I'm hoping this will work out because I haven't tested it yet. So I thought I'd just do a picture on the front, and then these can be sort of like journaled on and journaled on the back. And then they can just go into our journal. So that's our idea, my idea for, you know, so it's a bit of a mass make you can do if you wanted to as well. But this is the seam binding that I did yesterday. Now, there's not a huge amount of difference in the colours because I did the green and the blue. Now, this is the green and this is the blue. I can see it. I'm not quite sure whether you can. It's not a huge big difference in it. I really thought they'd be a little bit more different, but they're not. And also, oh, it's all tangled up, the pink and the purple. So this one is the purple and then this one is the pink. So can you tell? Little bit, not really. But anyway, we've got sort of like pink and blue, which works really, really well because these are the papers. And look at that, I just think it will look really, really lovely anyway. So, really. So, okay guys, so the thought today, I've got some tags. I've sorted the tags out. So I've got two different styles. I just love this one, and I do love this one as well. So I thought I'd do two different ones, hopefully. So, I like that jar as well, but I'm going to do this little girl here to start with. And what I thought I would do, I've got a piece of paper, just one of those sort of plain ones, and I've got the brown background. It doesn't really matter about the background because they're quite pale anyway, so you'll be able to write on them. So what should I do? Let's just put those out of the way. Let me get my little thing. I'm a bit late doing this video today. I had to go to the dentist, and then one thing leads to another, and you know what it's like. You know what it's like when you have to go out. Well, I do. I sort of like try and get everything done while I'm out and about. So what I'm going to do, lift this up. I want to sort of make it that size so we can stick the tag on. So let's just cut that down there. So that's the size. Yeah, that's about right, isn't it? We don't need this now. Let's put that away. And then I would like to, surprise, surprise, do the corners. So I need to do the corner, but we want to obviously make sure it's in there. So how big do you reckon that could be? About that big? There we go. Like that. So this is really simple one. You can do this with any papers. Obviously you don't have to do it with these papers. You can do it with whatever you've got and whatever tag, whatever you're using. You don't even have to have a tag. You can just make these up as you go. Do you know what I mean? And then just stick things on. I just think it's so pretty. Right, so let's just fold this in 3 like that. Drop that down, and then that's going to be the pulley out. So then we need to fold that again, don't we? Like that. Push that down. Like that. And then what we need to do is just cut a little bit off here because we need this little bit, this little tab to stick down. So that comes out, so this little bit there. So let's just cut that off. Pop that in there. Keep that piece. So that's our little tab to stick on the page. So I just snip the edges like that. That's lovely. And then pop this through. Nice, simple one. Really nice and simple for a Your Lost Mojo. Whoops. I won't do all of that. I'll just do the top one. Like that. Now this one didn't come with the edges like this. I punched them with this. They just came square, so whatever punch you got, obviously you don't have to punch it, but whatever punch you got, you can, you know, punch the edges like that. Oh, I like that. Do you think I should do that one as well? I didn't do it on that one, did I? No, I think I quite like it just flat down. Okay, and then we can pop this little lady on there. Let's just give it a quick ink. Like that. So guys, how are you all? How's the start of your week? Well, we're in the middle of the week now. Can you believe? I don't think we'll be doing a Friday freebie. We're going to give it a miss this week because we had such a busy week last week doing it that you know, I had to catch up on things this week. So we haven't had time to do one, but we will the following week. We're just going to give a bit of a miss this week, have a little bit of a rest. So do let us know what sort of things you'd like in the Friday freebies. You know, if you're a newbie, do you want to, you know, do something, or, you know, let us know, give us some ideas, because gosh, it's quite difficult coming up with Friday freebies. As I've said in the past, it's a hard one, so we're going to take a break this week from it. So, right, that's a little inked up, like that. That's lovely. Now, my idea as well is to open up one of these. This one's quite big. This is a bit bigger than the other one. Don't really want it on that page. Could put it on here, I suppose, couldn't I? That goes on there. Do you know what I mean? I want to sort of line it up because I've done the edge on there as well. I wanted to sort of line it up on this side of the page so it comes out like that and then up like that you can journal on. And also to keep it closed, I can use like a little paper clip either at the top or the side like that. I just think that would look really, really pretty, wouldn't it? So that comes out like that. So that was the idea of this one as well, so I used that one in there. So let's just close that up. Let's stick this little lady on. Do you think we need a little tab to pull it out? That might look quite nice. I've got the tabs in here. I don't really want to use those because I want to use those on the pages. I don't know where they've gone now. These little tabs. I've got 4 in there, but I think I might make one. Shall I make one? Let's do this. Let's just fold that over. Like that. There we go. Is that about half? It's about halfway. There we go. So yeah, so I thought Lost Mojo, sometimes we sit here and, you know, if you're like me, you think, oh, what am I going to make? But take an idea of, you know, something in your journal kit or something that you've seen and just sort of like try and replicate it and do it. Would be quite nice, wouldn't it? So, especially if it's something from a kit like this. What do you think? Pop that on there. Quite nice, so it sort of covered that little bit up, wouldn't it? That go in. Just like in. I like that, actually, I do like that. Let's ink the back bit and stick it down. Right, glue. Let's use a little, oh no, I don't need that. We need this one. Let's take this out. These have got lovely big bubbles on. I do love them. I wonder if this will pop out the side of the page. And then I could have a dingly dangly on it. It's just the right way up. Put that there. And this will just cover that over. Perfect. And then let's just take this again. Doesn't really matter where it is, I'm not going to stick it on yet. That will go on there like that. And then if it's right on the edge, this will come over, and then I can have a little hole in there. We can have a dingly dangly. Fabulous, like that. I do like that. So let's pop you on there. I'm not going to embellish this because I'm going to embellish these afterwards. I'm going to leave them as is because I'm not quite sure, unless I add a little bit of ribbon. Or a little bow would be quite nice. A little bow at the end maybe. Put some glue on. Pop that down. So it's quite simple. We don't want to, I want this journal, you know, I want you all to be able to make it. So I don't want to, you know, use things that you don't have. I know maybe you won't have seam binding, some of you, but you can use a ribbon and things. There we go. That's lovely. We've got a little pulley. Fabulous. Maybe I will use a little bit of this. We've got pink and we've got purple. Look, I think you can probably see a difference there. This one does look darker, and this one is a lot lighter. Should we get the little bow maker out? Let's do that. Let's get our bow maker out. Haven't used this for a little while. Let's use the little diddy ones. These little ones. Pop those in here. Should we have one that big? Like that. Put these on, just a little dingly dangly bow. Like that. Take that through. Oops. Pull that up. Oh, I do love this little contraption. Pull that out. There we go. We've got a little bow. Let's put these to the side. Nice and simple. Let's pull these down like that and put that on. Do we want them really that long? You could do with sort of scrunching up just a little bit, couldn't you? Let's just give it a quick scrunch up. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Little scrunch up. I don't have my glue gun on. I'd like to glue gun that on. And look at that. That will look lovely. Fabulous. Love that, guys. So I'm going to make another one. I do like this little one. It's got a little dandelion in a jar. It's all got little lights in there. So let's put it on the dandelion paper. Again, if you wanted to make a bigger one, you could put like a little word on there, but I don't want to take up too much of the page that I'm going to put it on. So let's just cut a little piece off here. Let's do it like this. About there. That's, what's that, 9 centimeters, or about 3.5 inches, the height of this. Now again, you can have it, obviously, if you do it from this side, you can have it pulling from the other side of the page, if you know what I mean. So let's put that on there. Fold that down. Again, I've done it 3 times, but you could probably do it, if you wanted to do it, if you had something smaller, you could probably do it about 5 times. You need that odd number. Hold that there. And one more. Oops, that wasn't very level. I print on 160 GSM paper on here. So that's the weight of my paper. Let's just cut this a little bit off. Look, that's a nice little bit. It's got a little dandelion on it. Okay. That goes that way. Or, like I said, you can have it either way. Do you know what I mean? So you can have it on that side. Maybe we'll do it that side, because we could pop it into one of these and have it on the other page, couldn't we? Because that would work. Yeah, would that work? It would have to go this way, wouldn't it? Like that. Would it go like that? Which way did I do this one? The same. I don't suppose it really matters then, does it? Because you could pull it out that way, or you could have that and you could pull it out that way. Oh, I don't think it really matters. Oh, so if you make a mistake, don't really worry about it. It doesn't really matter. There we go. I'm using the same punch because obviously I've done the pages the same as this. So I need it to sort of like all blend in, all match nicely. There we go. Little bit of ink around there. So guys, have you started your journal? I know lots of you have said you're making it and inking it. Inking's the one, isn't it, that takes the most time to just ink everything up. But it will be worth it. Definitely will be worth it, because lots of you have said it's your first journal that you've ever made. So I'm hoping you will show me in the Facebook group. And there's one lady, I can't remember, I do apologise. She said she hasn't made journals for years. So she's making her first journal for a long, long time. So I would love to see it. And if you've got any other ideas that you're making into this journal, please do share. I'm just going to cut those like that. If you've got any lovely ideas we'd all like to know about and have a go at. Go. Lovely, so that goes like that. So which way? So I did that one that way, didn't I? I am going to do this one this way. So it is the opposite. So it comes this way like that. And then we shall pop a little tab on it. So that sits in there lovely. I'm going to use this one that was cut off there. This is roughly, shall I just measure this? 1 3/4 inches. Oopsie daisy. Or what's that? Just 4 1/4 centimeters by about 1 3/4 centimeters, or 1 3/4, just under 1 3/4 inches. That is. I don't know, what did I say this one was? Did I measure this? Don't think I did I? That's about 2 3/4 inches 7 centimetres by 9 centimetres or 3.5 inches. So that's the size. I'm getting myself muddled up with this way. We're going this way, aren't we? I'm going to stick this on. So again, depending on what sort of size tag you've got, is how big it's going to be. Squash that on middle. There we go. Again, it doesn't have to be on the top of your page, it could still be at the bottom of your page and come out like that. Oh, I do like these. Pop that one on. Could probably have a little blue bow on this one, couldn't we? And it's very simple to make. Very simple bit of cutting and folding on this one. So you can make lots and lots. This is a good idea for other journals as well, or little folios or whatever you're making, because we do like a little pull out, don't we? Look at that, there we go. That comes out like that. So these can be journaled on because this is quite pale, and then you've also got the back you can journal on. Lovely. So let's make a little blue or green bow, whatever colour this is. I think this is the green, tangled up like that. Let's make a little bow. So guys, everyone that's bought your bow maker, are you using it? Have you been using it and making lots of lovely bows? Little idly diddly ones to great big ones you can make. And I do love the little ones because they look, how simple and pretty are they? Let's just cut a little bit of that off. Let's give it a scrunches up with the heat of your hands. So, as long as you haven't got ink all over them. Make your bow all dirty, but it'll be all nice and grungy and pretty. Look at that. We will have a little bow coming off there. Right, let's get a little bit of glue. Oh, there should be enough in there. Let's just put it on there. Little dot. Oops. Turn that round. Put that on the bottom. I've made it quite long because I want it to dangle down, but obviously you can cut it off if it dangles down too much and you don't like it, but just think a little pretty bit. You want this journal to be sort of pretty, but not too much in it, if you know what I mean. I want it to be able to journal in it without filling it up too much. But I know what I'm like, and I'll end up putting lots and lots of bits and pieces in it. So there we go, scrunch that one. Give it a little wiggle, scrunch up, and they will hang nicely. There we go. Beautiful, love them. Got that one, and the other one that I wanted to do, I do like her, I think she's beautiful, and I love the bubbly one, because this is all dreamy and bubbly. I like that one, but oh, I could make more. That's okay. We will do this one as well. What shall we have? This one has got paper. I printed on both sides. I only printed one with the backing on, and you can make 2 of those out of that. So I shall put this one on like this. Let's cut this down. Should we have the very prettiness? I think we'll have the lighter bit on here. Actually, put that on there. Put that down. So you could have this one thinner and longer, couldn't we? like that one. Yeah, if we have this on the inside, then that's, you can write on that bit. You can journal on that. See Daisy. That one. Oh, I don't know whether I cut that very straight. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, I've got stuff all piled up over on the other side. Lots of bits and pieces everywhere. Let's put that on. Here we go. Look at that, that's beautiful, isn't it? I do like these, I do. I didn't really fold that very well. That's a little bit of inking. Will make that sort of disappear. And then this is a nice one as well. If you've got sort of like odd bits of paper, you could make these, couldn't you? Sort of your scrap papers. You could make a few of these to go into your journals. Keep them in your stash. Do a little bit of inking. Like so. Oh, we've got some tags. I don't know whether I did a Instagram last night, and I did some very, very decorated, embellished, the big tags, and they're so simple to do. I'll show you in a minute if you didn't see the Instagram, or if you're not on Instagram, I'll show you. Because they're really, really simple. We like simple. I think sometimes, I keep saying this, sometimes the simplest things are the nicest, aren't they? Simple things to make. And I think it's not so overwhelming for everybody to make little simple things like this. To do, you know, we can do all the lovely big complicated things, but when you've lost your mojo, you just want something that you can make easily, quickly, just to satisfy your crafty urge to craft, if you know what I mean, guys. I'm sure you know that. I did wonder what I was going to make for this one today, but just looking in the box of my bits and pieces, this sort of like popped out, and I realised that I only had one. I should have put more in the kit. I didn't realise I'd like it so much, but I did. So let's just cut these corners. The reason we cut the corners like that is because when we fold it over, you don't see it. Do you know what I mean? It makes it tidier on here. Especially if you've got it underneath something, you know, you haven't got them poking out, if you haven't folded it properly, you haven't got the ends poking out the top bit. So that's that bit. Shall we have a little pulley on this one? Let's use, we've got this long piece, which I might actually use because I make a sort of a longer pulley, because that can fold in half. That should be enough, shouldn't it? Because this piece of paper is quite handy, that's a nice size, but when you've got sort of like the strips, they're, you know, you're sort of limited to what you can do with those. What do you reckon? Do you think that's too thin? Not really, is it? Let's punch it and find out. Oh, we didn't do that very well. Got the little bit hanging off there. There we go. No, that's good. That's a nice size. There we go. Perfect. Pop this onto here. A little bit of glue. Oh, we've got another hot day. Another hot day today. Very windy, but that wind, like I said before, it's quite warm. It's very windy when I went out today. Yes, I've got to go back to the dentist again next week because I have to have I've got a filling and it's a little bit wibbly wobbly. I thought it was. I felt it actually this morning. You know when before you go to the dentist, you're like, oh, checking your teeth with your tongue, tell you whether you're like me and trying to figure out if there's anything wrong in there. And I actually felt a little loose bit of my tooth. Or it was a little filling and I was like, oh no. So I think that was me fiddling around too much. But it will be okay. I did tell him, I did say to him, I got a wobbly bit, wobbly tooth. Our dentist is just wonderful. He's so lovely. I've never been a fan of the dentist at all. I really, really don't like the dentist. But our dentist is just lovely. I don't like this gap, guys. I don't like the gap in between that. What am I going to put in there? It's just a little bit of this. I'm going to have to do something. Should we just have a little sort of dangly funny thing and scrunch all that up? Because I don't like the gap in between. Do you guys like the dentist? Are you fans of the dentist? I'm not sure whether many people are they? Shall I use glue gun? I think glue gun might hold it on a little bit quicker. Let's just go like that. Make that bit. Just pinch it. Just sort of pinch it. Sort of whooshes it up a little bit like that. What do you think? That's okay, isn't it? Got this little bit hanging off the end. Let's give that a little bit of a squiggle. That's better, isn't it? That's lovely. I like that, so we can just stick this one on then. There we go. I might embellish these a little bit more afterwards, you know, when I've actually got them in the journal and we're sort of like embellishing bits. What's going in there? I might add a bit more to them. We shall see. But that's fabulous. I love them. Look at that. That just comes out. You've got this beautiful bit here. So, and then what I was just thinking is just taking... Oops, I've got these beautiful little paper clips, which I'm sure you've seen me use before many times. I just love them. Do you know what I mean? And that will just hold it closed. And you can just open it up and pull it out. Fabulous! Then we've got all this. That's pretty, isn't it? Loving it. Loving it. Do you think we need a bow on there as well? Got a little bow on this one. Do you think it'd be OTT if I put a bow on there as well? So much for keeping things simple. Let's try. We can make one, can't we? And see. Just a little one. Put that in. There we go. Just a little itty bow. Itty bitty bow. I'm going to cut like that. There we go. Little bow on the corner. I like that. Tiny bit of glue. Pop that on. There we go. Love that. Look at that. So we've got 3 beautiful little pull-outs, and again you can make as many as you like, but I just think they are really, really lovely. Look at those. Look at that. And then we've got another one. So I just need to really, what I need to do is make some little ones so we can have 2 in each signature. So I need little ones like this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some little ones. And then I've got, what have I got to put on them? I've got little diddly tags. I just need to make 2, don't I? I've got some words. I've got some little circles. I've tried to sort of put them in little pegs, and I've got 2 little hearts. I'm going to use the hearts actually, just on the front, so we can put this one in one. But then again, these circles are lovely, aren't they? No, I've got 2, because then I can use the 2 hearts. Maybe we'll have a word on there as well. Maybe we'll have dream. We've got wish, we've got magic. We do have wish. There we go. That's what we shall do. Where's my little peg? Okay, I'm going to just show you these tags because I forgot. Look, aren't they just beautiful? Really simple. I sewed around the outside. It's just printed onto 160 GSM, and then I've just made my little bows and stuck a little bit of tooly stuff on there, and I've just stuck it to him. I didn't even make a hole. And then this one, look at that, it's beautiful, isn't it? A little bit of lace down there, a little bit of tatting actually, that is, and then a little bow. Then I do have another one. I think I've put it in one of these, I don't know. Just so that you can, oh there we go, this one. Look at this one, I think this is probably my favourite. Oh, look, a bit of glue on there. Isn't that just lovely? Really, really lovely. And I thought if you go into that pocket, and then we got Silent Thoughts Wander. And I was just going to, you know, stick that on there. I think that's so pretty, so I will do that at some point. But these are really simple, aren't they? Very, very simple. So let's just quickly make. Do you think I can get 2 out of this one? Not really, can I? Probably get 1. I would like it that big, just so that they're. Let's put these to the side. Anyway, I'll lose those in a minute. Pop that down. This is roughly there. Let's just do that. Doesn't have to be spot on. Put you over there. And then I'm going to, should we make it the same size? Like that. Pin that down. Oh, I could make lots of these. These are so simple to make. I think it's like one of those that, you know, once you've made a couple, you'd want to make more. Hold that there. And then just cut this little piece off. So guys, what's your favourite thing to make at the moment? Do you like actually making the journals? Do you actually like to make the embellishments? What do you prefer to make? Or are you doing something completely different? Are you sewing or doing something else? I'm going to use another piece, I think, of this. Is there 2 pieces? Yes. I want to make, which is completely different to this, I want to make some more of my big resin bowls, because I'm going to be, I think, at some point doing a market, because I've got lots and lots of stuff, but I want to make some little resin bowls, or big resin bowls as well, because I think they will be lovely. Which side shall we have? Doesn't really matter, does it? It's about right. Let's just eyeball it, that's okay. Now I want to make some resin bowls, and I also want to do some more of my little laminated journals. like the traveller's journals with a laminated front. So I just love all these papers, so I think they would look really nice on there, laminated with the little notebooks in. So I have made them before on a video, so if I make some more, which I probably will, I will video it again, just in case you missed it, or I might do them a little bit different. We shall see. There we go. Okay, so we have these. Doesn't matter which way. Not really. Should we do one this way? Like I said, it doesn't really matter, does it? But I am going to punch these again, just so we are all looking pretty. Ooh. Just one. We had lunch in the garden again today. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very, very hot. But we've got a lovely big umbrella. I've got 2 umbrellas over my poor plants because it's so hot. I've got lobelia, which is so pretty, but you know, I don't have any shade in my garden and it's really, really hot out there. So I've got lots of umbrellas out. I think the neighbours think I'm absolutely balmy. Balmy English lady that lives here. But you know, we live in our little bubble. I like our little garden. It's only tiny. We try and cram as much in it as we can. Makes us happy. Looking at plants does make us happy, doesn't it? Everything's growing and healthy and beautiful, so it's nice to see that. But yeah, I think sometimes my neighbours think I'm a bit crazy. Feeding the stray cats. They call the sort of crazy cat lady soon. But I can't see them, you know, suffering or anything. Do our best. We do our best, don't we, in this world to help everybody. And you can only do your best. So there we go. Lovely. I do like these, so I hope you're going to make some of these because they are just lovely. And to have little, like I said before, oopsie daisy, little interactive things that pull out, I think they just make journals fun, don't they? Where you've got something to sort of like, you know, pull out, see what's inside, write a little note on there. You don't have to write on them, you could sort of like stick a little sticky note on there with something on it, or so you can sort of like change it all about. Or if you're going to make these and give them to somebody, you could write little secret, you know, little secret things on there, or something to, you know, little positive words to help somebody will be nice. Now, which way did I do this one? Is this on the outside? I don't think it really matters, guys, does it? I'm going to end up doing this like that. We'll have one way and one the other. Let's do that and that. Then we can stick. I think this one's slightly bigger, but it doesn't matter. Dreams. Let's have dreams. Look, I'm stuck. Bits of paper everywhere. Let's have dreams. Oh, they look lovely. And then a wish. We shall have a wish on this one. And they're walking through their little gates in there. Beautiful. Stick that on. Pop that down. And then I won't put these in the journal yet. We will add them in our next one tomorrow. When I do the video tomorrow, we will add these in and add a few more bits and pieces. I will get things together. We'll add in the tags and see how we are. And then we will on Friday. We're not going to do a Friday freebie, but oh, should I put it at the top? There we go. I think that's what we have, the other way around. I think maybe on Friday I'll start the cover, the journal cover, and see what we're going to make, how I'm going to do that one. Probably a bit of sort of chipboard. I think this one will be quite nice as a sort of hardcover one. There we go. How lovely is that? Shall we have little bows on these ones? What do you reckon? I don't think so. I'm going to leave these as they are. I'm not going to put a little pulley on this one, or shall I? I forgot. Tell you the truth, I did forget about the little pulley thing. But I think maybe I'll pop... Oh, shall we pop a little eyelet in there? That's what we can do. Oh, 2 seconds. Okay, so I've got my little crocodile here. I have some little eyelets. And take 2 of these. These ones will work nicely. A couple of the little backs to go on them, because I think that sort of like finishes them off quite nicely. Oops. And then just do that, shall we? Which one will have to go with the biggest hole, I think. So if I do that, and this one, like that. Right, this is a bit where I get all fingers and thumbs on these ones. That goes over the top like that, and then you have to put that in. Oops, upside down. Let's go on like that. Look how neat and tidy that is. Lovely. Oh, I forgot ink. Oh no, that's the little dandelion. I thought I had ink on there. There we go. Pop that through. Turn that over. Pop that on there. So you need the little roundy bit at the bottom and the big bit coming through the top. Make sure it's over the little bumpy bit and just squeeze it tight. And there we go. Nice and neat. Nice and neat and tidy. How lovely. So let's see. This one, although this looks sort of blue, it is green. We shall put that through. And just tie a little knot. I'm not going to do anything fancy pantsy. Try and get it through the hole. Just tie a little knot like that, so we've got something to pull, like a little knot. There we go. Oops. And then we'll put pink or purple, whatever colour this is. I think it's probably the purpley one. Just tidy that up. Put that through. So yes, you could definitely do this as a mass make, and just have them all ready and then embellish them up. So like, there we go. I think if I do another little knot, 2 knots on there. What do you think? I don't think it needs 2 knots. I'm going to just leave it with 1. Cut that down. There we go. Look at that, and then that's our little pulley bit. This one's a real biggie one, isn't it? I think I'm going to just glue this little piece together. I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue there just to bring those together like that. Just hold that. There we go. And then you've got something to pull, and they're not sort of like stuck miles apart. There we go. Not sure. Oopsie daisy. Do we need that to do that one on there? Might do it because it will stop them coming undone then, won't it? Let's just put a tiny, tiny little bit on there. Just like that. Pop that up. There we go. Lovely. Oh look, I got glue. Little glue strands everywhere. There we go, guys. How lovely are these? So that just pulls out and then you've got the little journaling bit on the back. Let's trim this a little bit. Like that. Oh, I could do with making lots of these, but I won't because I just want to make enough for now to go into this journal. And then I will make some of these out of my scrap paper, I think. And I think one will go into my little journal that I'm making over here, this one. I think I'll make one to go in here. I must do a little bit more on that one. Gosh, I've got so many little projects going on in the moment. So we've got those two and we have got these beautiful ones. Look at these. Just stunning, aren't they, guys? I hope you like them. And then let me just show you quickly what it's going to look like. Although I have showed you. We've got the little one. So if we open this up, this can be... actually put one here, just the little small one right on the corner, and I like the way it goes into the little bit that we've taken out there, the little punch. And then this can do that, and then you can put the paper clip from the bottom on there like that, which I love. Beautiful, love them. So thank you so much for joining me. Please give it a go because I think they're fabulous. I think they're really simple, really nice little Lost Mojo one to do because it's not complicated at all. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.